Hey guys, Quicknike here. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to episode 7 of my tower. As you can see, my tower's 6 months old, and it's fantastic to see the journey I've made over the last 6 months. Moving on then to my page here, you can see on the left hand side was yesterday's tournament run. Over the last 500 waves left to go on that one. On the right is my current run that's happening. Just slowed it down a little bit, just so you can see my height here. Some of the comments I've had over the Discord was asking to see how far I can go. Looking at my last video, which was on the 30th, only 5 days ago, my coin gain in total last week was 2.27 little Q. 5 days later, I'm up to 2.54 Q, which is made roughly 270 T, which is not bad. However, I did have my computer again crash on me for 2 night run, where the MSI player just closed down on me, so I didn't make as much coins. Once again, you will see my stone levels has increased. Last week we were at 22,777k. This week we're on 23,122. So that's 345 stones earned from this week. What I have been pushing quite far is my tier level, the tier 10. Last week I was on 9,138. This week I managed to push to 9,547. In terms of coins, it was 29.4 T. This week it's 34.68 T, which is obviously a big increase, nearly 5 T, which is fantastic. Tier 11 as well. I've been running a few of them when my computer's crashed, trying to catch up with my time. In terms of this, again, I've had a new high waves limit. Before it used to be 6,861. Now it's 7,300 exactly. Coins earned from that was 23.69 T last week. This week, good to see it's 27.05 T. So again, another 4 kind of T difference of coins, which is a great gain, I feel. Currently, right now, I'm experimenting the cards that I use. I have put on Death Ray for some of the challenges that I have, but I actually noticed that it helped me get more sales later on. Because normally I would put on Ultimate Crit and obviously turn on Chain Lightning. But I have put these 2 cards on recently at the end of runs to see if it makes any more changes. In terms of the relic this week, we've just finished in. Oh, need to collect these 2. The mushroom relic, which if you don't know, gives me increased 2% fawn, and then the dry leaves gives me bonus wise of 1% free attack upgrade. Looking through, we are on day 6 out of 7 so far. 8 more days left. I only need 40 more medals to get the big one, which is the 4% lab speed, which I really can't wait to get. The worst one I hate for me at the moment is the nuke reset. I do need to look on labs to start increasing on here. Merging my modules would be a very good idea, and that's what I'll do in a moment in this run. Let's just speed this up whilst I'm here. So yeah, I'm very close, as I say, to getting that 4%. Once again, the guild were fantastic. We are filled up, so we've got all 30 members now, so that's great to see. We've had some new members join on here, and as you can see, looking down, everyone's contributing since they've joined, which is good. A very active clan, very talkative. Just want to say congratulations to Sad Red Panda, because they are getting very close to getting the Golden Tower. Unfortunately for them, their luck hasn't been in, and it's going to be their 7th ultimate weapon. But they're only just under 500 stones away, so hopefully you'll get that very soon in the next week or so for them. Looking over my labs, it's been a busy week for the labs history. So if I go back to when I last did my video, which was on, I hate it when it glitches at the bottom, which I see a lot of people talk about, Ethan DX, all clouded, when they go on to this, and it gives them the last date. I guess this is 6 months worth, as I said, just over 6 months is my time in the tower now, which is really good, getting there very slowly. Come on, into September now. A lot of labs have been completed, as you see. Right, so on the 30th was my last video. So since then, I've managed to get my lab speed from 62 to 63, health regen from 37 to 46, which is massive. Health 36 to 43. Coins per kill 61 to 64, and then one I've thrown in recently, which I think has definitely helped me get more coins, is the wall fortification, going from 20 to 25. With wall fort, I'll come back to my labs in a sec. With Wolfort, I'm thinking maybe go to 30 or 35. I've seen quite a few EHP P builds into the 35, so possibly looking at that, but going to keep my health regen and my health up to about 50-60. Probably look to gold box coins per kill, but I'm not too sure. Lab speed obviously staying there. So we'll see. As you can see, mostly times 4x in my labs. I have, because of my runs closing early, I have had to reduce down one lab, which in this case has been health, to just 3x for the moment until I just build it up, and then we're happy to the point that I'm at. But as I say, I'm really trying to get that all to 4x speed as we're speeding through here. My target priority, I haven't changed from my tournament, so I do need to do that. Cleanse that gems. Whilst this is running through, what I'd like to show you from my video, normally just spice it and come back to my labs, but I'm going to spice it up. I'm going to show you I have done a 3.4k gem pull. So let's start the video here. From this week, I did start on 14k. Why am I doing gem pulls? It's because they've decided to knock back at the feature banner for another week, so I start straight away, which I think is fantastic, with a project funding. From there, next pull, death penalty. Again, that's only 4 gems spent. I felt fantastic with those 2 pulls. There's the classic tower pack, as I call it, 2 blues. I wonder how many times I'm going to get them in this 3.4k gem pull. Then we move on to our own chips. So 3 out of 4 have given me an epic pull so far. Thinking my luck is in compared to last week. And then we get the tower pack, the 2 blues. Rest greys, my favourite. As we're moving on there, getting a few more blues pop up. Rares, as they say. There we are, just rares. Just filling it up, helping me, I guess, module. And then we go and get a singularity harness. And that's 4 epics, which is fantastic. And I've roughly done just under 2k of gems there. Moving through, I keep pushing on, trying to see as high as I can get. The tower, classic tower pack there, 2 rares, all silver greys. And now, are we just going to get blues, the old rares, or are we actually going to be able to get some more epics? But I can't be greedy, as I've only managed to pull 4. I say only, but 4 it is. And there's a classic tower pack. I've got roughly 400 gems left I was going to pull. As I say, I did a 3.4 in the end. I was only going to do 3k. Had a little look, and I was thinking, oh, do you know what? I must be near my pull of my guarantee of 150 module pulls, but then I thought, hold up, I forgot. I managed to get so many at the start. So I looked and thought, do you know what? I'll get it down to 11k. So as I'm looking down to get it to the 11k, the last bit, can I get lucky? One more pull for me, and no, I did not get lucky in terms of any more, but I can't complain. With using 3,400 gems, I managed to get 4 epics, project funding, death penalty, ownership, and singularity harness, which is never a problem for me. Coming back then to my tower, I am probably going to end this run, as I say, nearly 30t, which is fantastic for me, over 200k's worth of sales. I'm keeping these challenges ready for the refresh. I've showed you already I haven't showed you my modules. People do ask me on this. So in terms of my modules, I have got here, I tried to roll some this week and I managed to get, I think it was Super Crit Factor onto Ancestral, and the others not too bad there. I think I spent 500,000, sorry, on rolling that one. No changes here, still the same 4 damage, I haven't looked to change it. Again, I'm just thinking I might as well wait until I get this to Ancestral. Here I just need one more multiverse nexus to get me through, as I've got 2 there, and I've just got 1 down here waiting to merge up. Whilst I'm here, let's get the auto merge going. So all of these are good, that's the ones I like. So I'll use specific ones. Use that one, home chip I might as well. This is where I'll take these off. Then for here, merge, completed, that's what I like to see. Let's skip all of that. Just check. And now, I believe, must be very close. 20, 30. Yes. 4% lab speed. That's what you do love. Now that's completed, which is, I think, is fantastic. Looking on here, as I say, just under 30T, which is brilliant. Obviously, I'm in a blender build. Probably could get more Devo, but due to my type of work, I am unable to keep going on my phone. So I just want to hit it and quit it and just leave it there and don't touch it until right at the end it's finished. Come back in roughly, what we're looking at now, 11.5, 12-hour runs. So it's good for me. My only problem is when it obviously closes, MSI closes and ruins my timings, so then that's why I have to jump onto a tier 11 run. I have thought about tier 12, but I don't think my damage is anywhere near ready for that kind of work. As I say, I'm going to, let's just end it now, end this. From here, I'm going to show you my work lab, sorry. A bit of progression has been made over here with the attack and enemy level skips, because where I was last week compared to this week, I was on 341. Now I've roughly put in 31 clicks into this. I'm really trying to push it up. Obviously seen advice from Tags, which is a brilliant YouTuber. Please go and have a look at his videos if you haven't. Very friendly in Discord, always supportive. He's obviously agreeing with me to try and get this up to 400 plus. So that's my main focus, has been this week. It's just keep putting ticks into there, clicks into there, sorry, not ticks. These have been the same. No change in my ultimate weapons. I am keeping my stones at the moment, not spending any, because I'm thinking now, I'm at that stage, I've decided, right, I need to use the stones to go into my new ultimate weapons, get the last two, and then start getting into GT. Plus, in terms of my damage, all on 40, so no change in the clicks here, although I'm very tempted to start getting the super crit unlocked. Health also has been the same with all on 55, so no changes there. And again, compared to last week, no changes here. So with all my coin, I have completely been putting it all into enemy attack level skips this week to see if that helps support me in my runs, and I think it has done. Obviously, I've had some gains in there. In terms of my tournaments, been an interesting one with these heats. Thorn resistance, I believe, has been twice in a row, so that's really affected me. Fast and tanks have been around, armor enemies. So this week hasn't been the best week, but also still consistent with a high level of over 1,000 in both waves. Ranked 8th in this one, which just happened here on the left hand side. And on Wednesday, ranked 11. So my stone increase slightly dropped down, as you're aware. So finish 11th got me 125, and 8th got me 175. So roughly, if you're looking at there, 300 stones, which is brilliant. Can't complain. Used to complain being in plat, so Champs League give me 300 stones a week. I am never going to complain. That, I believe, is the rest of my tale. I've showed you my labs, showed you the modules in a bit closer detail. Again, as I say, my cards, I always start with free ups and cash. Only changes in the workshop is just constantly focused on attack enemy skips. And then, yeah, on to next week. Obviously, stone packs have come back, and a lot of my friends have bought them. Not for myself, unfortunately. But hey, we will keep building and we'll see what happens. Hopefully this week I have no form resistance, and therefore I can push a little bit higher, as I've seen some people able to be promoted with the number of waves that I did this week on just over 1,000. Some people will finish 4th with that, which is crazy to me, but to be fair, champions, I'll be knocked straight down. And that's where we are this week. Thank you for watching. Please drop a like and subscribe if you fancy to keep up with my series. Please let me know if you think I'm doing the right thing by just keeping my stones now, and looking to unlock GT Plus, as I say, or I might use some stones as Tag suggested, get my spotlight angle up a bit. Again, that might help me in tournaments. Really appreciate the support, and until next time, thank you ever so much and stay safe.